It's time to bring balance to the Force. I mean, I guess. I don't really know what's going on. This new trilogy of Star Wars movies is so strange. I am such a big fan of the originals, even of the prequels, and Disney Star Wars was exhilarating at first, and I still enjoy most of it, except for the direction is just so bizarre in these movies. But here we are, it's time for the last trailer, final trailer, for the Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars Episode 9, the third trilogy film under the Disney banner. It's said to cap off the Skywalker story, which is our episodic adventures from 1 through 9. So, I feel like there's a lot at stake with this film, because A, it has to conclude the story that the new films have set up with Rey and Finn, Kylo Ren, Poe, I guess, kind of is a part of it. It has to cap off all three trilogies because it's the last one. It also has to take this new trilogy into a completely new direction, since there's zero story set up at the end of The Last Jedi. It's no secret that I'm not a big fan of The Last Jedi. The best thing about The Last Jedi is that this shirt exists. Luke Skywalker was my film icon hero as a child, and the treatment that he got in The Last Jedi is the primary reason that I dislike that movie, aside from a lot of the other things that people have talked about over the years. So, this movie's in a weird spot because I guess they wanted to use Leia in this story, but obviously, sadly, Carrie Fisher passed away before they could film. And they killed off Luke Skywalker. So, the prevailing fan theory is that Skywalker, in this sense, is the new name for the Jedi. That Rise of Skywalker means the rise of the Jedi, but they won't be called Jedi because there was the last Jedi. The Jedi Order is gone now, and Skywalker will be the new name for light side Force users going forward. And that's how the Skywalker legacy is honored. But Mark Hamill's also supposed to be in this, so I'm curious to see what his involvement is. Are they actually going to resurrect him? I'd love that, but I don't see what story that pays off, though. That would just be for those of us that are mad that he's gone. There's a lot of pressure on this film, I think, but a lot of us have gotten weary of the new Star Wars films, and I feel conflicted about this. I don't feel excited for this, but I am curious about it. And who knows, maybe this trailer will be so good that I am excited for this movie. I love Rey. I'm not crazy about her story, but as a character, I love her very much. I love Finn. Also, his story's kind of fallen flat. His story in The Force Awakens was great. And now with J.J. Abrams directing, hopefully he has a good story in this one. And then there's Poe, who I don't really have feelings for because he existed as just a plot point in the first film and just was presented as being kind of dumb in the second film. So I don't know. Kylo Ren could go either way. Just when you think that he's going to do something interesting, he doesn't. It was cool that he killed off Snoke in the second film. I was one of those people who's kind of like, why didn't they say who Snoke was? Or at least give us something, even a throwaway thing. It didn't even have to be Snoke who said who he was. It could have been Kylo explaining where he came from. Just something. It didn't have to be a whole thing. It could have just been something. But I didn't mind that he got killed off, just that he got killed off without explanation. But the fact that Kylo Ren killed him off and then just took his place to keep doing the same thing, I didn't think that was very interesting. And now this last teaser teased that there's an evil Rey, which I don't know how they have room to throw that into this. Because it seems clear to me that it's going to end with a showdown between her and Kylo Ren. So it's got to be a Force vision or something that makes her look evil. if she'd gone evil at the end of Last Jedi, that would have been interesting. That would have been a fun way to subvert expectations. Instead, she just lifted a bunch of rocks away from a cave. All right, this is back in JJ's hands, and even though Force Awakens kind of played it safe, I don't know if that was on JJ or if that was a Lucasfilm thing. I do like J.J. Abrams' movies quite a bit, and I think that he's a great filmmaker, so I guess there's nothing left to do but hit play on this. Will we figure out why C-3PO has evil red eyes? Will the ghost of Anakin Skywalker return? Why is the ghost the ship from Rebels spotted in the teaser for this trailer? And who really cares, because Rebels was so eh. Will Darth Maul come back now that we know he's alive in Crimson Dawn, even though he died in Rebels? Who knows what's going to happen? Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Training.
Instinct. Feeling.
It reminded me of the first trailer for Force Awakens.
Us together. We're not alone.
All right, so we got a decent resistance
The people
now.
will fight if we lead them.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
But I do.
I don't know. Soaked in water is not a great look for him.
Have I waited?
Okay. Okay.
And now you're coming together. Is your undoing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
They're gonna kill C-3PO! They're gonna plug him into the Death Star and make him evil? Oh, I love this music. I'll give it that.
Destiny of the Jedi.
Alright, Billy D. Okay, this music is amazing, and I am getting feels from it. That's the throne room. What was that? They're working together?
The Force will be with you.
Always.
Well, in true Disney Star Wars trailer fashion, I still have no idea anything new from that trailer. I mean, it apparently seems like C-3PO is going to sacrifice himself in some way. George Lucas always used to say that 3PO and R2-D2 were the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of the series, so I guess it would be kind of poetic that 3PO is created in Episode 1 and dies in Episode 9. But they haven't, like, really treated him with much importance in the new films, so that's just kind of strange. It's cool that all the characters are together. That's kind of, like, been a problem with the other ones, but I don't know, the whole Palpatine angle seems weird. It looked like Kylo and Rey were working together at some point, so he's probably going to be redeemed. They're going to copy they're going to copy the Return of the Jedi style, and it's going to be how they both have to take on the Emperor at the end, and I don't know. That's my prediction. I don't know how it all ties together. I don't know how you bring back the Emperor or say that he's been alive this whole time without kind of contradicting Luke's and Vader's journeys from the original trilogy. The music was great. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very emotional after hearing that music with this footage, especially everyone out there that liked episode 8. But like I said, this one just, this film kind of has to win me back after episode 8. And I liked a lot of parts of Solo, but it was just kind of lackluster. So I haven't really enjoyed a Star Wars film since Rogue One, and even that one had a lot of kind of, you know, cringe moments in it. So I don't know. It was cool hearing Palpatine again, and seeing the lightsabers turned on, and the choreography on the Death Star didn't look that great. I saw Rose. Rose was in there. Chewie. I don't know. I'm curious to see how they pull off the Leia stuff. Didn't see Luke. Didn't see Anakin, Yoda, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Mace Windu. I wasn't expecting to see any of them, but gotta be cool to bring back Anakin for this one. Do a big, you know, Anakin and Luke. We've never seen Anakin and Luke on screen together, where it was young Anakin and Mark Hamill. We never got the Hayden Christensen Mark Hamill scene, which I think would be really cool to see in the film, but I don't know, maybe we're past that point in the story. Maybe it's not important anymore, but I mean, we got the old Anakin with Luke. Alright, I'm just saying character names now. I mean, honestly, the new locations look cool. The jungle planet looks pretty cool. I'm guessing that's Endor has just been destroyed by pieces of the Death Star collapsing onto it, even though it looked like it pretty much evaporated in the end of Return of the Jedi. But I guess that means all the Ewoks are dead, which is fun. I hope people got a kick out of that. And then it looked like another desert planet. There's supposed to be, yeah, that scene where Kylo Ren chases down Rey in a TIE fighter, or someone does. We're assuming it's Kylo Ren. I don't know. Be curious to see how the action scenes line up for this one, because at this point I don't know what order this is gonna go in. I'm guessing the Endor stuff, or whatever that planet that the Death Star ruins are on, is gonna be where the final showdown happens. I think it's gonna be a fleet of Star Destroyers that are hanging out there, or they come flying in there. No, I don't know, unless they find Palpatine there, which would be, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's what would make sense. Maybe it's the middle. Maybe they're gonna have that fight in the middle, and then they find Palpatine, and then they have to take them down together for the third act. But then I don't know when the desert planet thing would happen. And why not just make that Tatooine? Why not just say, all right, we're going back to Endor and Yavin and Tatooine? Because at this point, there's too many desert planets. I get that there's thousands of planets. A few of them are probably deserts, but the whole Jakku wasn't distinguishable enough from Tatooine, in my opinion, and this new one doesn't look distinguishable yet. I'll say yet. That's the one thing that I love about the prequels, even though the prequels have their problems. I won't deny that. But the prequels did a great job at world building. And the sequel films haven't done that, because they've favored keeping these mysteries going. And in doing so, they've sacrificed the world building. And I'm more just confused about what's going on. And now that we're hitting the third film, I still feel like there's so many questions from the first and second, episode 7 and 8, I mean. There's so many questions from those movies that haven't been answered, that probably won't be, because we're too far now. There's too much to do at this point. They're still introducing new characters. We didn't even see the new characters. We saw the little tiny guy that was working on 3PO, but we didn't see Kerry Russell's bounty hunter character, who's definitely not Mara Jade. Because why would she be? Why would they ever do something like that? We didn't see the yellow alien guy from the leaked posters. I didn't see Dominic Monaghan or what's his name from X-Men? Richard. God, I can't remember his name. I feel terrible. Anyways, but yeah, that's the Rise of Skywalker. Still feel like we don't have much information. Probably gonna watch it again, see what I missed. But yeah, looks fun. I'll see it in theaters still, but I don't feel any different than I did 20 minutes ago. So hopefully the movie changes my mind. Anyways, I guess I don't know. I don't have anything for this mask. You will click subscribe on my channel.